Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. We have a nice heart and throat opening practice for when you're feeling a little stuck, when we need to move some energy around and maybe release some emotions. So we begin today sitting in easy seat. And I would like to invite you to have a pen and paper nearby or a journal. At the end of class, we have a few minutes to get out some of our thoughts, some things that may have come up to us today in practice. So we begin to bring our awareness to our breath. And we can stay watching our natural breath, or we can take alternate nostril breathing with me, if this is in your practice. Plugging the right nostril with the thumb, inhale. Close off the left nostril with the pinky. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the nostril and switch to exhale through the left. Moving at your own pace, going with your own breath, whichever sort of pranayama is speaking to you today. This pranayama exercise does help to clear out the energy channels. So it is a beautiful practice for when we have a little bit extra anxiety or we're not feeling as secure and centered. Just noticing the breath as we clear the mind, tuning back into ourselves, what truly matters most. Finding that spot of inner center. The peace within you that you carry with you always. Sometimes we just need to tap into it a little bit more. So taking another round or two of breath, wherever you are, we can gently blink the eyes open if we found them closed, and begin to take very gentle neck circles, opening up through the cervical spine, drawing big circles with the nose, making sure to reverse and go the other way. Still sitting up nice and tall, lengthen the spine. And returning back to neutral neck whenever you're ready. Inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, roll them down and back. Inhale, squeeze them up. Exhale, release. One more time, big reach, inhale, and exhale back and behind. On this next inhale, reach the right arm up over the head and behind you. Exhale, tap it in front of the legs, and inhale, reach back. Opening up through the shoulder socket. One more round before releasing and switching sides. Big sweeping movements here, feeling the skin stretch and the side of the body open. One more. And then begin to wake up the groins and the hips with some small hip circles. Rounding through the back, leading the chest forward on the inhale. You can make these as big and expressive or as small as we need to. And again, making sure to always reverse. Reverse it out. And whenever you feel quite balanced, we can come onto the knees, preparing for traditional cat-cow. Moving with the breath, taking just a few rounds here. Maybe we go a little slower with these today and really feel the body as we move through these forward and back bending poses. Paying extra attention to our foundation as we ground through the hands and the tops of the feet. Finishing out your last round and meeting in neutral spine. Coming into Wild Thing with our knee on the floor, kickstanding the left leg behind as we reach the right arm overhead. Beautiful long line from fingertips to the edge of the foot. Big breath. And we can stay here with this beautiful side stretch. Or maybe we open up and lift our hearts to the sky, taking our arms slightly behind, gazing up or back. Taking what you need and leaving what you don't. Exhale back to neutral spine, tabletop, to switch sides. Carefully peeling the left arm overhead as we extend the left leg long. Big inhale, fill the belly with air, and expel it all out. Enjoying this opening of the front body, maybe taking our slight back bend. Always honoring your own body in your practice. Exhale, back to tabletop, taking the toes together and the knees wide. Melt the chest down, wide child pose. Grounding down through the hands, surrendering. Feeling whatever you need to feel, allowing whatever needs to surface. Allow it to come up with the safe space that we've created for ourselves. There's nothing that we need to judge about ourselves. Every feeling is valid. Take one more loving breath to yourself. And then on your next exhale, gently press through the hands to lift the chest, tucking the toes and making your way into downward facing dog. Bending the right knee, grounding down through the foot, and then bending the left. Pedaling out the feet, stretching the backs of the legs. Sending love to the body with every deep exhale. Gaze at the hands and gently make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, leading with the head, arms reach skyward. Exhale, heart center. Ground down through the feet, finding mountain pose, taking a moment to check in with yourself. Opening the palms to the front of the room, we're ready to receive. Maybe setting an intention for your day. Inhale, lift the arms high, and exhale, dive down. Halfway lift, spine extends, exhale, fold. Stepping the left leg back, coming into a low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank pose, taking a vinyasa. Moving with the breath, we meet in downward facing dog. Gazing at the hands, make your way to the top of the mat in forward fold. Inhale, rise, hands reach high, and exhale, heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift, crown reaches forward. Beautiful. Stepping the right leg back, low lunge. Inhale. And exhale to rain the fingertips down. Stepping back, plank pose. Slow and controlled vinyasa. Gazing at the hands, jump or step up to the top of the mat and forward fold. Inhale, rise, nice and strong, and mountain pose. Ground down through the left foot, take the right knee into the chest and step back, high crescent lunge, arms reach overhead. Exhale, cactus, drawing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift the chest up to the sky, and exhale, maybe take a slight back bend. Inhale. And on your next exhale, straighten the legs, turn to the side of the mat, arms reach out, and exhale, forward fold. Planting the left hand, peel the right arm up, finding a twist. Deep breaths. Exhale to release, turning to the back of the mat, framing the right foot, coming into a high lunge, arms behind the back, lifting the chest, hands walk down the leg. Breathing. And on your next exhale, take the hands overhead, chest meets the thigh, humble warrior. Use the hands to help you lift the chest and release into a high lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms together, squeezing the scapula, lifting the gaze and the heart. On your next exhale, straighten the legs, turn to the side of the mat, and dive down. This time, plant the right hand and inhale, peel the left up, just twisting from the lower spine. Exhale, plant the hand, turn back to the front of the mat, framing the left foot. Inhale, raise the chest, interlace the fingers and walk the hands down the right leg. Nice and active in the legs. We're strong and stable. Exhale, humble warrior. Chest comes towards the knee. Nice and active though, not dumping into the hips. Inhale to release the hands, planting them by the foot and stepping up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reaching through the crown, nice long spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, mountain pose. Inhale, come up onto the tiptoes, and exhale, drop the heels. Waking up the calves, finding your balance. Take one more heel raise. Exhale, ground down through the feet. Preparing for dancer pose, lifting the right ankle behind the hips. Finding your focus point and use your breath to gently take the chest towards the mat. Pressing into the hand with the foot. Not caring about how high you are. Just enjoying this balance challenge, this beautiful heart opener. And when you're ready, you can release and switch sides. Carefully and slowly picking up the left ankle and bringing it behind you as we shift our weight forward. Nice, deep, even breaths. Exhale to gently release, coming down into mountain pose. Lifting the heels one more time, but this time sinking down into a toe squat, releasing the hips down towards the heels. Bringing hands to heart center. Really opening up through the bottoms of the feet as we lift the crown and the chest. If we want an extra little balance challenge, we can always try to close the eyes. Really focusing on our stabilizer muscles. One more big, beautiful breath. And then exhale to send the hips down to the mat, coming into boat pose. Squeezing everything, sucking the navel into the spine. The chest comes towards the legs. And exhale, lower down into low boat pose. Hold here. And release. Planting the feet hip width apart. Preparing for bridge pose. Exhale, send the hips up. Balancing out our chakras. Finding a nice even breath. We can stay in bridge pose, or if wheel pose is in our practice, we can release the hips and press up. Fingertips point towards the feet, hands come by the ears, and exhale to lift. Sending the chest forward as we squeeze through the glutes. Maybe we come up onto the toes. Maybe we lift one leg. Play around, have some fun. We can come down onto the elbows. Or maybe we just practice holding our static wheel pose. Just enjoying this beautiful opening of the entire body. This mixture of strength and stretch. And whenever you're ready, we can gently release onto the back. But take your time. Find what feels good. We can hug the knees into the chest, finding a beautiful little counterbalance for the lower back as it's supported by the mat. Coming back to our breath, bringing your awareness there. Finding a moment of stillness before gently releasing and finding a little windshield wiper twist. So our right knee is to the side and our left knee is by our right foot. But we can take whatever twist feels good to you. Breathing nice and even. Observing anything, any themes, any feelings of discomfort, any maybe urges to cry. Knowing that these are all beautiful self-expression. Whenever you're ready, we can gently twist to the other side. And just allow yourself to be. Breathing. In this very moment, there is nowhere else to be. We can take a few windshield wipers lying down on the back if we want to open the hips a little bit more. Before gently rocking up onto the knees, scooting to the middle of the mat for a last twist. Tabletop pose. Inhale, peel the left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Coming to lie on the ear. Twisting through the spine. Opening up through the back. Reversing some postural issues. Inhale to release. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, right arm comes up. And exhale, thread the needle. Feeling the beautiful expansion of the back. One more big, beautiful breath. And we can gently release, walking the hands in front and melting down for puppy pose. Taking our final rest here, melting the heart down towards the earth, connecting to yourself and everything around you. Letting go of what we no longer need, allowing space for all that is to come. We no longer need to hold on to anything that doesn't serve us, any patterns or energy. And we can stay here in puppy pose or find any resting position to end our practice. But I invite you to now grab your journal or a pen and paper and write down any thoughts that may have come up for you during this practice, or anything that's on your mind right now. No destination in mind for this journaling practice, just a free writing session to get some thoughts out of your head and down onto the paper, releasing that stuck energy, finally letting it go. Loving yourself no matter what you put down. This is for you. No one else will see it. This is your time to speak your truth. Allow yourself to soften, letting love and joy flow freely in and out. Breaking away any barriers that we may have built up around our heart or around our mind that may have been making us feel stuck lately. We're softening and releasing, not forcing anything to fit, just allowing whatever should naturally happen for us to happen. Trusting in the universe, in our aligned path, and in ourselves for making it happen. Taking this last minute or so to unite body and mind. And I will leave you here to enjoy your journaling time. I thank you for joining me in this practice, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a lovely and beautiful rest of your day, my sweet friend.